Welcome to the special broadcast brought to you by Gauteng Provincial Government. We are coming to you live from Xavier Testing Center here in Johannesburg, where the provincial government is launching free driver learner's license to most of the young people here in Gauteng province. Now I'm joined by the MEC for Economic Development here in Gauteng, Ms. Tasneem Mutara. MEC, greetings to you. Thanks for your time. Tell the people of Gauteng, what are we doing here today?
Morning, and thanks for having me. So you would have recalled that we ran a process of calling for young people especially, but obviously anybody who doesn't have a driver's license to apply for a free driver's license. Free in the sense that you won't have to pay for it, but you'll still have to go through the process. So you must still get your learner's license or write the test. You must still go through the driving schools, get tested, and then be compliant with a driver's license. So we partnered as the Department of Economic Development together with the Department of Roads and Transport, together with our last mile delivery partners, and Diageo, who is the sponsor really of the program, who have come on board to provide 40,000 unlicensed residents of Gauteng with an opportunity to get their driver's licenses. They will fully support the program, and this will give you an opportunity not only to have a driver's license, but one, to be more employable, two, also to take advantage of our last mile delivery program. So it's a program that we have a partnership with, for instance, Uber Eats. We're finalizing a partnership with Take A Lot and other companies in the last mile delivery program. One of the prerequisites to be a participant there is that you must have a driver's license. And then, of course, if you're not looking for employment, it also gives you an opportunity to work for yourself. But often we're looking at ways of addressing some hindrances that some people ordinarily would not be able to achieve, either because of affordability or other challenges. And we thought that a partnership such as this will really go a long way in helping just lift you up to the next step.
Yeah. So tell me about the young people that are going to be receiving their learner's license today. How did you select them?
So the application process was online through Diageo, and I guess through their selection process, they then selected. I'm told that of the applicants, I'm not sure how many total applicants we have, but 70% were female, which is a good indication for us. We, of course, said to them that you must focus on Tish communities, so those who reside in townships, informal settlements and hostels as priority, and then others from disadvantaged communities, etc. But really it was about looking at your application, making a determination of whether they can approve you or not. Like I say, the people today who are getting their learner's licenses have written the test already, and walking through the testing station, they are busy processing those learner's licenses. We'll get to hear from them what was their experience of the process, and also just the experience of the application. We did say to Diageo, that the process must be as diverse and inclusive as possible. So it must be as representative of the demographics of Gauteng. So we're speaking about all our townships, looking at our hostels. We have many hostels in the province, informal settlements, people who for some or other reason are not in formal housing, but have had to reside in informal settlements. We don't want you to be defined by your circumstances that you live in, but we want you to be defined by the opportunities that you access and how you make use of those opportunities to take your life forward.
So is it only learner's license, or it's a full process?
It's the full process. My license. Yes, it's a full process. Wow. So we start with learner's license. Yes. If you don't, so the applications were also for those who have got learner's licenses. So some people are able to pay for the learner's license, they get the learner's license, and then they're stuck. They either can't pay for a driving school to teach them and that sort of thing. So that was the application process. So it's, if you don't have a learner's license, you start with your learner's license. They take you through the process, the K53, teaching you the K53, and then once you've got your learner's license, take you through one of their partners of the the driving schools. Of course, what it needs from you is commitment, because you must be there either every week for the duration of the course, and then of course to be present on the day when your testing is done. So it's at the end of the program you will have your driver's license.
Yeah. Just for interest's sake, MEC, do you know how much will this cost? I'm asking this because I want young people in Gauteng, to be aware that this is a golden opportunity and government is paying with their partners.
So it's not costing us as government anything, except of course the processing, which is a cost that we already bear as government. The partners, I just need to verify, but I think the value of it was a few million. Of course, we can verify, and we'll definitely confirm those figures, because like I said, some people will just need the license, the driver's license, others must. So each participant is a different cost, but I think they've put aside, I think, close to about 6,000 per participant, whether you need the driver's license or not, and then depending on what you need, whether you need learners and license, depending on what you need, we'll be able to quantify it at the end. But I mean, it's like you say, I mean, on average, driving schools charge anything between 3 to 5, sometimes 6,000 rand for a package, and that includes taking you through a learner's license process, an average of about 6 to maybe 10 lessons, but you can pay, in some cases you can even pay up to 8,000 rand for a package. So it's that cost that DHO, our partners, are bearing on our behalf.
So lastly, let me see, take us through today's program. What is going to happen?
So today's program, like I said, we will be interacting with the students. Initially we wanted to just be able to start with wishing the students well. They've already written their test, so we're just going to oversee the processing of the licenses, or the learners' licenses in fact. The Premier will join us soon, where we'll interact with the learners. We'll also get an explanation from the partners, DHO, Department of Roads and Transport, just to explain where we are. Of course, it's also an opportunity for us as government to report back to residents of Gauteng, because about close to 3 months ago, we did launch the Last Mile program, where we announced the launch of the opportunity for learners and driver's licenses. We ran an online campaign for applications, and of course, there's always a question of, I applied, I didn't get a response, I applied, who were beneficiaries. So today we want to be able to demonstrate these people applied, here they are, they're beneficiaries, but also the opportunity is still coming.
So this program will continue every year, MEC?
We hope so. DHO is our first partner. We hope that they can continue for more years to come, but it's also an opportunity for those in the transport space, transport sector, the private sector, any private companies linked to transport and logistics that need licensed drivers as employees to come on board and either match or even better DHO's pledge to this program.
MEC, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks.
There you have it. That is the MEC for Economic Development in Gauteng Province, Tasneem Mutara, talking to us about this launch today. Lapho mlalele khanje ubuzo ngempela ke ukuthi sizakubona sikhoma la from Xavier Junction License Center la eJohannesburg la khona lapha ke uhulumeni lapha eGauteng Province uhlangene nayo ke iDHO South Africa namanye ama partners ke banikezela ama learners license kubantu abasha la eGauteng about 40,000 ba-applyela wona ke ama drivers learners license abafuna ukuba ke nama license okudriver abangakwazi ukuthi ba afford bona ngokwabo. Ugovernment ke waseGauteng uhlangene ke ikakhulukazi ke nayo ke ama partners ukuthi ke nikwazi ukuthi nisizakale nabantu abasha la eGauteng Province ukuze nikwazi ukuthola imisebenzi kanti futhi nikwazi ukuthola ke namanye amathuba. Silo siqhubeka sikutshela ukuthi kwenzakalani la sikuyisa ngaphakathi sizwe futhi ama speeches azobe khona njengoba ke zizobe zikhona izikhulu Gauteng Premier ubaba uPanyaza Lesufi, MEC we transport umama uKidiboni Diya Tlhapela namanye ke ama HODs as well as namanye ama ikhulu ukuhlanganisa nama partners avela from DHO South Africa namanye ama partners ikhulu ezobe zikhona zi deliver speech zikhuluma nabantu bala eGauteng, especially abantu abasha bona bama-beneficiaries sizoza futhi nawo ama-beneficiaries themselves ukuthi bazobe bethini around ukuthi banikezwe lama-learners license namhlanje njengoba ke kwenzeka la eGauteng province. Ikanjalo-ke iprogram njengoba-ke sila eXavier Junction License Testing Center. Kanti-ke sibonge futhi kuwona-ke ama-community radio stations that are receiving feed from us, that is Kasi FM, Umphakathi FM, Jozi FM, Lekwa FM and Peli FM. Njengoba-ke siqhubeka sikunikeza okwenziwa uhulumeni wesifundazwe sala eGauteng enzela bona abantu abasha la eGauteng province. Welcome back. We are continuing with our program here at Xavier Junction License Testing Center here in Johannesburg, where Gauteng Provincial Government, in partnership with Diageo, they are launching driver's learner's license here, and we welcome our listeners at Kasi FM, Umphakathi FM, Jozi FM, Lekwa FM, and Peli FM. We are continuing. We are now in conversation with HOD of Roads and Transport, Dr. Thulani Mdadane. HOD, thank you so much for your time this morning. How are you?
Good morning, and to all your listeners, I'm feeling very well and excited.
Thank you so much, HOD. Abantu abaningi across the province kuma radio station ahlukahlukene nomphakathi, they are listening. Need Department of Transport and the provincial government in partnerisha nama private partners ukuthi ninikeze ama licenses nama drivers licenses or ama learners kubantu abasha abadingayo. Sitshela ngale program ukuthi ize kanjani, HOD?
Kunjalo, this is a response to the Premier's State of the Province address.
Yes.
On the 20th of February, the Premier said he wants to deal with issues of substance abuse in the province, particularly for young people, and he wants them to be properly in a good place and to respond to the issues of economic and social challenges of this country. And a number of them are being assisted, and part of that he called for all sector departments to indicate how can we contribute to social and economic challenges of young people. And as Department of Roads and Transport, part of our contribution, we said we can divert our young people by upskilling them to certain things that could be an entrance requirement to when they are looking for jobs or when they want to go into business as Department of Transport. And then we had an engagement and a partnership with Diageo, which is a private sector company that agreed to support 40,000 young people in the province. And these young people are taken from the 26 townships in the province. So the program is 100% TISH, which is township informal settlement and hostels, and also it's 75% young women, and also ensuring that it's 100% young people. So we have complied and we are responding to the Premier's call. What is going to happen? We are going to have a two-phase approach. The first phase has already started, ending on the end of February, where we are going to give them access to learner license through our DLTCs in the province. Then phase 2 is to engage from 1st of March for 6 months and complete all the 40,000 towards the full driver's license. What basically it means for a young person is that with this driver's license now, remember it's very expensive. Some of them are unemployed, they don't have any income, so they are able then to use the driver's license to look for jobs. You also recall that in the olden days in government, at least when I was young and a university young person graduated, government used to have a pool of typists and a pool of drivers who would type for you and who will drive you around to do your work. But the government has done away with that. There's no longer a pool of 50 drivers, a pool of 50 typists. So what government now says, if they are employing you as a young person, as a clerk, or as an admin officer, or as a manager, you must be able to use a computer, you must be able to drive yourself. That's now part of that response. So it's no longer a nice to have.
It's a requirement now.
It's a requirement for you to look for a job. Or even for yourself, some of the interviews are happening on weekends. Some interviews are happening early morning. Some of the interviews are happening evenings. And if you don't have access to such opportunities, you are likely to be left out. And really what we then did, we had a recruitment program. We said to most of the young people, if not all, they've got access to internet, and then they can use a government internet service, they can go to private sector internet service, and they can use our website. So they were given our website to apply, because it's young people, they can use these digital platforms.
Yes.
And then we also gave them an opportunity to use WhatsApp. So we had 2 platforms to apply, both website and the website, and we've got over 70,000 responses. And out of that, we had to select 40,000, which we are very happy for. And we are looking at this program running very well. And all our DLTCs in the province are ready, their systems ready. All that those 40,000 people will do, they will simply log their details into our system, and then book a slot. And you book a slot, you get to do your learner license, you get the result immediately when you finish. Or you once you have graduated from there, you go to driver's license, you book a slot again. So everything is digital. It's digital. It's made easy for a young person sitting at home. We don't have to get into a taxi or get to a bus or a train. All that you've got to do sitting at home, you do appointments and you get a slot. And our DLTCs are ready to do exactly that.
Indaba ezinhle lezo kubantu abasha base-Gauteng province, njengoba umuzwa ke HOD we-Roads and Transport uDr Thulani Mdadana ebeka ke abantu abasha. HOD ngifuna ukwazi la ukuthi kula bantu abasha bazothi hey mina i-first phase ingimisile but ngiyafuna ukuthi ku-second intake ngibe yiphathi. Iqala nini? Do you have an idea?
The end has not arrived.
Yes.
I can say that.
Yes.
The end is not here. This is part of our phase 1 program.
Yeah.
So sizazophuma department senze kuthiwa umkhankaso, so campaign, so funa i-support kwi-private sector.
Yes.
Si appeal ukuthi into ye-economy ne social challenge yabantu abasha ayona i-government problem alone. All of us together with private sector have to respond to this challenge, and we are really looking forward to a positive response from private sector. You recall that the economy is not doing well, so government has got limited resources. Hence, we are looking for private sector to be on board and support the government in this kind of initiatives. It's a good program. You'll be surprised that the people that are responding to this is Diageo. Diageo is a alcohol company, and part of it is saying they want to do a social investment, and part of the social responsibility is to ensure that you don't drink and drive. Young people must drive safely. Young people must not indulge on alcohol. Young people must be taught good behavior and issues of patriotism at a very young age as part of how they can positively contribute to this country. And we are really looking forward to a next phase. So the end has not arrived.
The end has not arrived. Your message to these 40,000 beneficiaries, ungathini kubona ngale opportunity nanokuthi njengoba beqalile beze beqede le process?
Mabathatha ithuba. Amathuba wafika njalo.
Yes.
Upremier wethu is one of the premiers esimhloniphayo kakhulu oluthandayo uhlelo lenasi span. Upremier wethu ukhuthalele kakhulu uhlelo lemsebenzi. Fanele sikuthathe lokho njengethuba thina abantu abasha ukuthi sino premier umnomzana uPanyaza Lusufi okukhathalela ukuthi abantu abasha bazonke izinhlanga nabo bonke abantu abangasebenzi babe namathuba emisebenzi. Kungenzeka ukuthi aba government noma awakho ku government kodwa abantu abasha abalisebenzele ithuba, but also personally iza kusiza ukuthi lesikhathi lesi ubhizi nale learner license ne driver's license awukho etshwaleni awukho kuma drugs, you contribute positively to your own personal development. It's a change game for you. This can change your life. Use it profitably and use it usefully.
HOD, I thank you so much for your time. All the best.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Sibonga yena ku-HOD we-Roads and Transport e-Gauteng province uDr Thulani Mdadana. Sithemba ukuthi abantu abasha niyezwa izindaba ezinhle ezilethwa uhulumeni wesifundazwe eGauteng.